Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining Happy Life, Better Life. Thank you for even watching this video and spending this time with me. I definitely appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's all appreciated. So today, my topic is on when you're starting over in your 40s and 50s after divorce or separation, dealing with the mourning period. Um, you do go through a period of mourning. May not apply to everyone, but a lot of people do experience this. The difference is that there's no physical body. There's no physical body. The person didn't actually die, but you can feel a great sense of loss. You can feel a great sense of hopelessness. You can feel a great emptiness, a great void. All of these things are possible. As a matter of fact, there is definitely information out there that says that people who go through a divorce oftentimes experience a, a period of mourning um, that can last for quite some time. And the thing about it is, I think most people don't really understand it, so it's not really addressed a lot. I know that for me, um, there was a period of time when I greatly mourned the loss of my marriage. And this is going to sound kind of strange, but it wasn't like I mourned the loss of um, ex my ex-husband, or that I wanted them back. It wasn't that. It was like I had this thing in my mind, like my marriage was supposed to last. My marriage was supposed to be, you know, until death do we part. And I also grew up in the church and stuff like that. So there were all these different kinds of things going through my mind about it and about going through divorce. And there was a certain shame I felt. Like I felt like a failure. I really did. I felt like a failure. I felt like I failed at this thing that I was supposed to do, that was supposed to um, be, like a good situation for my children and my family. And it wasn't like in my situation that I just wanted this divorce or separation. I tried for years and years to make things work. And then things became very tumultuous. At the end, it was really bad, and um, it was kind of all of a sudden. It kind of happened in one day, and like that morning when I was getting up and getting dressed, and I had no idea that things were going to go the way that they did, that there was going to be so much chaos and confusion. And the best thing to do to alleviate that was for us to just be apart from each other. But still, there was this part of me that mourned the loss of my marriage. It felt like somebody died. It was hard to, like I say, come to the realization that I now had to plan a life that didn't include that person because so much of my life revolved around that person. And I'm just going to address some things. Like when you grow up in the church and stuff, you are taught that your husband is the head and he is the lead, and you are to follow him and you are to be supportive of him, and you do all those things. But it was like when the marriage ended and we were going to get separated, it was like I kind of lost everything all at the same time, except for my children. In that I didn't return to that church that we belonged to at that point in time. He was very involved there, and he had, leadership positions and stuff like that. And so I didn't return there. I will say, thankfully, though, there were a lot of people who just really loved me and supported me, and they knew my love for people. I've always had a love for people. I've always been happiest when I'm actually helping other people. And so that's something that's always poured out of me that was very genuine. And I'm just making this video today to tell you that you shouldn't feel ashamed or feel like something's wrong with you because you're mourning the loss of your marriage, or if you are someone who is a friend or a relative of someone who's mourning, they're going through divorce. It is not easy. You do have to go through like stages. You go through the mourning phase, you go through the anger phase, you go through the pity phase, and you go through a bunch of different stages sometimes. It's not the same for everyone. Not everyone goes through all these stages, but many people do. So I just want to encourage you, if you're going through a place of mourning, a place of sadness, place of struggle, and maybe you still really did love your spouse and that person that you were with for all those years, it can be hard trying to figure out how to move forward without that person, without that relationship. So the main thing I want to say is that if you're feeling that, you're not in that alone. It is common. People just don't talk about it a lot, but it is common. It is common to go through that mourning phase. And there are ways to cope with it. And you have to find out which way is best for you. For me, I'm a writer. I would write poetry. I would write stories. I would do a prayer journal. And that's something I recommend for everyone. Journaling is good because it gets those emotions that are inside of you out in a way that's sort of like a safe space, especially if you don't really have somebody to talk to. And when you write about what your dreams and hopes are for your life, because now you do have to get a new vision for your life. Um, so that's one thing, writing, journaling. Also, I did a vision board. I did a vision board. I tried to plan for just like a short period of time, get a vision for my life for, let's say, the next 3 years. What do I want to see happen? What goals do I want to accomplish? What do I want to be able to succeed at? Because then it starts making something that feels like an ending feel like a new beginning. And so you need to know that is not just the end of something. It is the beginning of something, the beginning of a new life, a new vision, a new place. And I always say it's always good to comfort yourself with the fact that if you feel like you're at the bottom, there's no place to go but up. There's no place to go but up. So be comforted in that today. So doing a vision board or either writing the vision, however you choose to do it. I cut out photos from magazines and stuff and put them on the board, and you put it somewhere where you can see it every day. So it reminds you of what you're working towards. And as you're making decisions, they're either taking you closer to that goal or further away from that goal. Um, Another thing you can do, join a support group. Join a support group in your area for people who are going through the same thing, or find a group that's doing something that you actually like to do. If you like to go hiking or something, then join a group of people that go hiking. If you like, some people have motorcycles and they ride motorcycles, join a group. Motorcycle groups are not what they used to be. They're not all, tattooed up and all that kind of stuff. You have grandmothers and grandfathers who are part of motorcycle groups because they like to um, tour that way. They like to take trips that way. They like to cruise that way. So there's so many things that you can do to help. Just don't seclude yourself. Don't shut down, and realize that what you're going through, you're not going through it alone. So that's the thought I want to leave you with today. I thank you. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And please put your comments there. If you have questions that you want me to answer in a video, please submit those. I'll be happy to do that. I hope you have a great day today and keep your head up and keep pushing forward so that you can have a happy life and a better life. All right. Bye bye.